All right, so today I'm going to be going over my favorite Spurs players going into the playoffs of the 2025 to 26 season. This ranking isn't based off of how good I think they are. It's just personally how much I like them. Um, yeah, let's get started. So at dead last, I got Mason Plumlee. Now he hasn't really been here that long. He's not really a Spur. Honest, I've only seen him actually hit the court a few times. And I got respect for the guy because he's been in the league for a long time. He's got to be doing something right, but I don't know. He just hasn't played much. Then I got Kelly Olynyk. He also hasn't been here that long. So I also don't really qualify him as a Spur that much. Also, like the one thing that we picked him up for was some big man shooting, but he has really not been that good at that either. Yeah, let's move on. Next, I got Lindy Waters III. He doesn't really play enough to make a big impact, but like when he is in, I'm not really liking his minutes that much. Once again, like he just got here, I think this season or maybe it was last season. He doesn't play like I don't know these bottom spots. I feel like these bottom spots don't really matter that much. But next, we got Jordan McLaughlin. He's a solid shooter. He's bald. He's an okay ball handler if multiple guards are out. Like if we don't have Fox, Harper, Castle, like I'm okay having McLaughlin out there. He's played some pretty scrappy defense. Like he can get down there. He can get out there, get a few steals. I don't know. Not much to say with these guys. Then we got the GOAT, Bismack Biyombo. He seems like he's a leader. But once again, I think he plays the least out of these guys that I've listed so far. He averages more fouls than he does points, so I think is kind of funny. But seems like the guys like him. Seems like the team likes him, so solid. He's probably going to be gone at the end of the season. Next is a guy who's actually not on the team anymore, but when he was on the team this season, so I'm going to count him. I'm also not counting any guys on two-way contracts. If I did, though, I think right at this spot I would put David Jones-Garcia, but I'm not counting them. Anyway, so here we got Jeremy Sohan. Makes me sad that he didn't work out in San Antonio, but he's a fun guy. Would have loved to see him really be like an enforcer, tough guy for the team, but he just didn't become what he needed to be offensively for us to keep him and actually make him work in our system, which sucks. I like the guy, but yeah, just didn't work out. Now we got Harrison Barnes. He started off the season pretty hot. He had a pretty bad stretch though and lost minutes. I just don't really. After that though, I don't really care for him. Like, he's a cool guy. Don't get me wrong. And I actually forgot the GIF. There's supposed to be another GIF right here. I forgot to put it there. But solid shooter. But yeah, after he cooled off, he just hasn't really been playing that much. He really shouldn't be playing that much because he's like the oldest guy on the team. But anyway. Now, this next spot might be controversial. Or it could not be. I don't know. I don't know what people's opinions are about him, but I have De'Aaron Fox. I might be being too harsh on him, but I don't think he brings the consistency that a veteran should, especially to this young team. I think he made the All-Star team he made the All-Star team this season, which is cool to see. He wouldn't have if there weren't so many injuries in the West, but he just shoots a lot of like fadeaway middies and is kind of a huge hindrance to the team. He's going to be a huge hindrance to the team in the future just because his salary is so large. He's making so much money. It's like, we're really going to be able to build a team around Wemby with Fox's contract taking up so much money, especially when he just hasn't been playing to what I think he should be playing. Like, I don't know. Once again, solid guy. Seems like the guys like him. I mean, look at this GIF down here when he fucking hit the game winner there. But yeah. Next, I got Luke Cornett. He's one of the best backup centers in the league. He's a huge nerd, so it's cool to see a guy like that on the team. he's had a pretty rough stretch since like the end of February, but I still want him. Like, he's just been solid overall, especially for a backup, especially if we can start getting the lineups with him and Wemby going. I feel like he is a solid addition to the team. Not much more to be said. Next, I got Dylan Harper. This also might be a controversial placement, but and I forgot the other fucking gift. God damn it. I think he has lots of room for improvement. Namely being his three ball and his defense. I just think he needs to get more minutes. Like I feel like he could have easily had a shot at Rookie of the Year this year if he just got the minutes that the other guys could. I feel like he honestly easily probably would have won it. But yeah, just haven't really seen enough of him. Kind of just reminds me of like a worse version of Castle, and I'm a pretty big Castle fan. So, anyway. Next, I got Julian Champagny. I'd say he's the best shooter on the team. He had the record for the most threes in a game by a Spur. Solid defense. My only issue with him really is that he's like a limited self-creator, which I know that's not really the role that he's trying to play on this team, but like I don't think his three-point shooting is like good enough for him to not have more self-creation, I should say. But yeah. Then we got Devin Vassell. I love him. He's my favorite. My favorite shooter on the team. I know that doesn't really make any sense, but like I love how he shoots. I love the shots he takes. He's like a total. I don't want to say this in a negative. I don't want this to sound negative. He's like a total shot chucker. Like you need a guy like that on the team that's not afraid to shoot anything. Like he's not afraid to let it fly. Once again, a solid defender. And he can self-create where Champagny can't. He's always there. I feel like he's pretty consistent. He's always there when we need him. And he also dropped 35 on Denver to clutch the win to get us into the in-season tournament, which that was an awesome game, but that just goes to prove my point. Like, he's always there when we need him. He's not afraid to throw some fucking shots up. Now we got Carter Bryant. He started off pretty poorly. He missed so many dunks at the beginning of the year that the team actually almost made him shave his hair like Keldon and Wemby did. But big hustle guy, freak athlete. I feel like he has a very high ceiling. He just needs to hone in his offensive skills, and then I think he could be one of the best players on our team. I mean, the ceiling really is there. Like, I feel like he could be second best defender on our team. Honestly, he could probably be one of the best wing defenders in the league if he really puts his mind to it and is able to have consistent improvement over the years. This next spot is very, very controversial, but once again, this is just my opinion. There's the other Carter Bryant gif, but I got Wemby at 3. I don't know. He's always a net positive, right? Like I feel like he is one of the best defenders of all time, and that's always going to be there. But the offense just is not. It's just not there. I mean, granted, like if you look at his stats, I think he's averaging 25, 26 maybe in like 29 minutes a game. Like if you bumped it up to like per 75 possessions, I think he's getting like almost 30, which is on par with the other MVP leaders right now. But like he takes too many one-legged middies, fadeaway jumpers. Like I'm just like his shot selection is just questionable. I don't know. Like it's definitely stuff that he can make because this guy's like practically playing on a mini hoop all the time. But it's just I don't know. He takes too many shots that I think he could pass up on, especially like when we got Champagny, Vassell, Barnes in, and he's like taking these contested, almost sometimes double teamed mid-range jumpers when we got shooters. Like He's getting like if you're getting double teamed, that means it's a guy that's open on the floor. Like you got to find him. He's got to be able to do that better. I also think he really, really tends to chase blocks instead of just boxing the guy out or playing defense. He chases blocks instead of grabbing rebounds, is what I meant to say. Which is honestly pretty detrimental. I think he's averaging like a crazy amount of rebounds, I'm pretty sure. I think it's like 11 or 12 or something. So it's not like he's not getting any rebounds. I just think that he could get more instead of just chasing blocks. I feel like just him standing there, I don't think he really has to even stick his fucking hands up. Just him standing there will scare people enough. But yeah, like he'll chase blocks and let shorter guys get rebounds over him just because he was chasing the block. I don't know. I don't know what else I can say. Those are my gripes with him. I hold him to a higher standard just because he is the best player on the team pretty easily. But like, and he's young. Like he's got room for improvement. I think he could definitely be one of the best players of all time. I think he's going to be, bar any crazy injuries. But yeah, you just got to hold your star to a higher standard, I think. Number 2, we got Keldon Johnson. Now, he's like the best. I feel like we have 2 of the best hustle guys in the league. Love both of them. Keldon really plays like a bull in a china shop, though. One of my favorite things that I love about him is you can, every time he drives and takes a layup, you can hear him like yell. He goes, "Ah!" every single time, like without fail. He did sacrifice a lot just to win this season. Like we're almost up to 60 wins now after going, we had like 20, 30 the last 2 years, but he's been here for like 5, I think. He was able to average like 22, and he gave all that up to play his role. Channel his inner Manu, be the best 6-man in the league. I think he's the best 6-man in the league pretty easily. It's also the best 3-point. He has the best 3-point percentage on the team. He just takes lower attempts, but like he can just do everything, man. Like he guards. I think in the game tonight he was actually guarding Jokic a few times, which was fucking awesome. Seeing him get into Jokic's head, but I mean we lost. He didn't really get into Jokic's head, but like he was trying to, and Jokic was low key getting a little pissed. It was cool to see. But yeah, I love Keldon. Anyway, last, absolutely not least, Stephon Castle. This guy's a fucking dog, dude. He's a freak athlete. Always, he says he makes it a point to always guard the best offensive player in every team, unless they're like a center or something. He's made a huge improvement from last season on every single stat line too, averaging the most assists on the team. He's taken a more responsibility handling the ball recently over Fox, which I think is great because I kind of want to see Fox get phased out of the team. I'm not gonna lie. That might be blasphemous for me to say, but I think we gotta let the young guys take over, man. He's also just not afraid to talk shit. Like, just a dog, bro. He's so fun to watch. I already think he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Well, he's not afraid to guard anyone. He will fucking guard anyone. I think he deserves to get more foul calls. I think he gets hacked almost as much as Wemby does, and just doesn't get as much calls. I think that'll be something that'll come with time. But yeah, Castle's my goat. I'll see you guys later.